A lot of people are interested in building muscle, and it's something that's a very important thing to consider. One of the most prevalent problems that we have in society today is that people are losing muscle mass. And this is very important, especially in the geriatric populations. People, as they get older, they get something called sarcopenia, which just means muscle loss. But as they lose this muscle, they lose their function, they fall more, they have more problems just getting around. Your muscle is active metabolic tissue. It's very important. You have to maintain it. You can't just do nothing. If you're not active, you're going to be losing muscle every day. Your body just looks at it as a store of protein. So you need to maintain muscle, and the only way to do that is to build new almost every day. The only way your muscle builds is to be stimulated to grow. So there are supplements that can help, but you've also got to exercise. Now, one of the most common things, even in younger people and middle-aged people, is called sarcopenia obesity. And what's happening is we have a lot of thin, fat people, and that's because they aren't maintaining the muscle mass. So you don't have to be a bodybuilder, worry about building muscle mass. You have to maintain it no matter who you are. So if you are exercising, there are things that can help. First of all, adequate protein. First and foremost, if you're not getting protein at about a 30-gram dose 3 times a day, you're behind. Your body's going to go to your muscle for its protein store. So you've got to make sure at least breakfast, lunch, and dinner you're getting a source of protein. If you're exercising intensely, you may need as much as a gram per pound, or even more than that. But at least 30 grams at a meal is what research shows that we need so that we're not sacrificing our own protein stores. So that's first and foremost. Then there are other supplements that can be quite helpful. Another thing that you have to consider is that you have the correct hormone balance. So there are things that can be helpful to stimulate more, especially testosterone production. There are certain supplements that help with something called growth hormone, and that can help you build more tissue. So you want to make sure that you're getting enough of the things that will stimulate that growth hormone. You might even want to be tested to see if you're deficient. But amino acids such as arginine and ornithine will actually act to stimulate more growth hormone, and that can be quite helpful. Another thing that you need is called nitrous oxide. And arginine and some other things will actually stimulate the production of nitrous oxide. And that can make a difference in bone and muscle growth. So it's important that you make sure that you have your nutrients so that you can build new muscle. That's going to be a very important factor. Beyond that, there are supplements such as HMB, which is something that's a metabolite of methionine. It can be helpful in growing muscle. You want to make sure that you're getting enough of what are called the branched chain amino acids, because they are helpful in the growth and repair of muscle. We mentioned before L-glutamine. It's a very important amino acid. So you want to make sure, again, that you're getting adequate protein, but you can take more of these certain amino acids in their free form, and that's going to help quite a bit. So make sure you get your nutrients in and that you're eating well. Make sure that you're exercising to stimulate muscle growth, and then the nutrients that you can take can help to grow new muscle. You need the whole picture. There is no one thing out there that's going to make you grow big. The biggest mistake that I don't want you to make is that I don't want you to go out and eat a lot of sugar in order to gain weight. That's the biggest mistake I see both with lay people, and I even see it in the way of medicine. A lot of doctors will tell people to go out and just eat a lot of starch and they'll gain weight, which is true. But first of all, you gain fat, which is not what I want you to do. Second of all, you actually produce cancer. So in the way of oncology, we have to be real careful that when we're treating someone with cancer, that we don't increase that sugar load, because you're actually going to stimulate the cancer growth.